Hey everyone, CJ here. This is it, the face reveal video, the big moment some of you have been waiting for. But before we go into that, let me ask you this. Have you ever wondered whether people from other countries other than America, the Italians, Germans and Japanese, play Dungeons and Dragons? Do they play tabletop RPGs at all? Well, the simple answer to that question is yes. There are plenty of international players out there. But how much do we know about the way D&D is played all around the world? Is Dungeons and Dragons even the #1 tabletop RPG in those countries? Well, I have heard that Call of Cthulhu is more popular in Japan than Dungeons and Dragons. Is that true? To answer those burning questions, I actually went and interviewed players, game masters, and tabletop RPG creators from all around the world. I have interviewed Zoltar, the creator of the tremendously useful Sage Advice website, who is actually from Italy. Guy Scalander from the How to Be a Great Dungeon Master channel, who is originally from South Africa. Andy Kitkowski, the translator of Ryutama, who is currently residing in Japan. And Australia's own Justin Halliday, Dungeon Master and the creator of the Annie Award-winning fantasy RPG Hero Kids. I have more interviews lined up with various international subjects, but due to some of my future subjects not being able to speak English or only speak it as their second language, I want to create a better experience for all of you by providing captions for the interview. But this process is costly, so I would like to ask all of you to help make this project a success by supporting it on Patreon. As of today, the pledge model will be changed from per work to monthly. It will give me time to work on bigger projects on the side, and it will be easier for you to track your spending. This is a long-term ongoing project. I'm also planning other projects on the side, so you can jump onto the Patreon page for more information. Alright, back to the topic. Face reveal. Judging by the comments some of you have left me, I am sure that there is a number of you who has this question floating in your mind. Who in the world is this D&D YouTuber with such bizarre accent? Where is he from? What does he look like? Some of you have even guessed that I was Swedish or from Norway. But sorry guys, you guessed wrong. I appreciate the association though. Great places. I'd love to visit one day. The first clue about me is actually not that hard to find. In my About page, my location is actually listed as Australia. So I am Australian.
Yeah, but hang on, mate. You don't speak like this.
That is true, because I haven't always been an Australian. That's why I didn't pick up the broad accent. But before I moved here, I had actually lived for some time in a few other countries. I had even spent some time in an international boarding school with many other international students. It was a lonely experience because we all knew that our friendship is transient. Everyone would go back to their own country by the end of the school term. And once we graduate, we won't see each other ever again. We had a lot of fun, and at one time, I have even learned to swear in 7 different languages and know the words for male and female genitalia in even more languages. Well, we were boys, and this is how we bonded. Don't judge me too much, I was young. Having traveled so much, I find that sometimes making friends can be really hard, especially with people from drastically different cultures. But luckily, I was able to find my people at most places. Because you see, I am a nerd. The definition for community is having significant shared experiences and narratives. Even if I know nothing about popular local sports like baseball or rugby, there are people who will be interested in nerdy pursuits like Dungeons and Dragons, video games, fantasy, or science fiction. These people who had watched the Star Wars trilogy, played Legend of Zelda, rolled D20s as I have, are part of my community. These are our shared experiences and narratives. No matter which country you're from, if we share the same heroes, tell the same stories, and dream the same future, we are essentially one people. I am not saying that pop cultural products like Star Wars and Dragon Ball is going to unite everyone. Nothing is ever so simple. But I do believe that the narrative we consume and our shared experiences define our identity. Realistically, nobody is just made up of a few hundred episodes of Star Trek. There are national, family, and personal narratives that also define us. Lived experiences, biological impulses, they all play a part. Even the same narratives can influence different people in so many ways. Likewise, different lives and experiences can help us tell different stories. That is why I am fascinated by the stories people consume and tell. They can help create new experiences that we have never encountered before. This is partly the reason why I want to feature and interview D&D and tabletop RPG players from distant parts of the world. Besides fulfilling my basic curiosity, of course, I think it is going to be a really fun investigation into the global sociology of gaming. The reason why I am doing a face reveal is not just to show appreciation to everyone who had subscribed and stuck around for the ride, but to also show respect to my interview subjects, some of which have stayed mostly faceless through their work, but they have revealed themselves to me on camera for the interview. It feels unfair to drag them in front of their webcam and put them in the limelight without me doing the same. So there you go. This is my ugly mug. I know, I look a little different from my avatar, because I had let my hair grow long. I may update it in the future, but I am not making any promises. By the way, if you are new here, feel free to subscribe so that you'll get notified when the interview videos are released. Just before you go, I have one final announcement. Some of my buddies have started a gaming channel. It is called Bonhomie, or Bonhomie if you want to pronounce it the right way. Jump across if you want something else to watch. But be advised that strong language is used in the channel. CJ, over and out.